We're going to get started here. Hi. So I am the only chair in town right now. Tails is in Arizona helping with her sister's wedding. Tiggs is at PAX South, and Thornwing is at PonyCon NYC in New York. So Tails is going to be calling in a little bit later because she is working with our PR department. So she's here, I believe, listening to the stream, and so, but I'm the only one here physically, so I'll be running the meeting today, hopefully.
She's the only one we can beat up today.
Huh?
What? I didn't say anything.
Okay. So, we're going to briefly, Peter, go over our staff tools. If you can pull up the staff website. So, I know a lot of you already know this, but some of you are new, and we want to make sure that you guys know about the tools that are available for you to use to help do your job. We have IT staff that is amazing who have designed a lot of these tools specifically for us and for our purposes. So, you know, they're really amazing tools, and we'd really like to see you guys using them. The first is...
Well, first of all, they're all accessible on staff.everfreenw.com.
Yes.
So go to the Everfree Northwest site, just put staff. In front of it.
Mm-hmm.
This will take you to the portal where you will log in with your staff login.
Right, which you should have gotten in an email when you were hired on to staff, and if there's any issues with that, you can't get in or something, you can always email it@everfreenw.com. Hello, welcome. So, the first staff tool is probably the most important. That's Project Dash. Project Dash is a task management tool. If there's a thing that you need to do for the con, it should be in Project Dash. If you are a director, you can create Dash tasks for your people. If you're someone that, a staffer who knows they need to do something, but it's not on Project Dash, you can make your own task and help you keep track of the things you need to do. When you create a task, you'll be asked, like, when is it due, what's the name, what's the description, who is working on this task with you, and you can add multiple people. When the task is done, you mark it as complete, and that way your director will have visibility into what things are going on. If you have any comments or questions, you can make a question right on the comments section of your task, and it'll send an email to your director and all the other people who are watching the task. So it's a really good way for us to keep a pulse of what's going on, and for people who, you know, are relevant to the task to stay informed. And so it's a really good method of communication and staying on top of things. So we'd really encourage you to check it out. Use it for your own personal management. Use it to help manage your team if you're a leader director. And if you ever have any questions or something's not working right, you can always email it@everfreenw.com, and they'll be happy to help fix issues or answer questions. Okay, the next tool is staff forums, which is sort of an opt-in if you like forums and want to chat with other people. In previous years, we've done like room shares. If you're interested in finding other staff members to split a room with or something, that resource is there for you. This is just brief. So the next one is the staff directory. I would say second most important tool. If you ever need to know who is what, you can go to the staff directory. It has a list of everyone who's on staff, what their title is, and their contact information. So also, if you have a specific email you want people to use, like your Everfree email, please update your profile to reflect that email, because people looking to contact you are going to go there to find the information. So make sure you have the information that you need on that profile page. And if you don't want to be called or texted, then you can select do not call, do not text, and we do ask that you respect that for other people when you're trying to get in touch with someone. If it says do not call and do not text, don't call or text them, please. You know, use the email or whatever other like Discord. If you need to get in touch with them, use another method. So there's Layton's profile. You can have a picture too, yay. Okay. The PR calendar is something mostly only for directors to use. If you're a staff member who wants to request that something go out, like a lead, for example, announcing a writing contest or something like that, you can submit through your director onto the PR calendar requesting an announcement with the information of what we want announced on our public social media channels, and then the PR team will work on getting that announcement prepared and ready to be sent out. Although the date that you request, for the most part, is interpreted as flexible. If you need a specific date for something to be announced for a specific reason, please do write what that reason is in the comments when you submit a request to the calendar. Okay.
And like,
okay.
And it definitely works. And the tweets get sent out. For example, a couple weeks ago, I sent in a request that we need camera operators for productions, and they got the tweet together. They put a little bit of our default art with it and sent it out. So it's something that you definitely do want to use, because they will get sent out. It may not be on the exact date you say, unless you say why it needs to be that date, but it will get sent out.
Yeah, and the more stuff we have to keep our Twitter and stuff active, the better. So don't hesitate. You know, it's something we definitely want to use to its fullest. Okay, OwnCloud is simply like a Google Drive or Dropbox. It's a cloud storage service. So if you don't have your own cloud storage and you have a file you need to share with someone and don't want to save it on your own computer, you can put it on OwnCloud and share it with a specific staffer or something like that. So it's not really relevant to most positions, but if that happens to be something you need, then that resource is there. Okay, and the last one is, okay, just a button to join the Discord server. So if you're not on our chat client yet, we're on Discord this year. When you click join the Discord server, you'll have to have Discord already installed and I believe an account created, but once you click that button, it will link your Discord account with your staff position, and you'll automatically be added to the rooms that are relevant to your position. So that's a good place to
if you don't have an account, it will take you to a created account page. So
okay.
But if you have an account and you have the Discord client, or you're logged in on the web client, it will it'll take you to a landing page, say, hey, you've been invited to this one, are you sure you want to join? And you just click yes, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's director lead tools, but they should all pretty much know how to use them. If you ever have any questions about tools that you see available that you don't understand, feel free to ask your director or ask me or any of your other chairs. We're here to help with any problems or issues. Okay. Anyone have questions or want to say something?
If there's a streaming link available?
Yes.
There is.
I didn't hear the question.
Question.
There's a streaming link available.
Yes, there's a question streaming link available. Answer yes. It has been posted in the Everfree specific chat in Discord. Also, I put a temporary comment on the meetup page with a link to it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so before we get started into our department chats, I do want to point out that we have flyers here today. We have two different types of flyers. You want to point the camera at someone who's got them? So we have flyers that are larger. Those are for putting in like coffee shops or for going to events. If like earlier today there was a unicorn ride and I thought, man, I wish I could like go down there and ask if we can hand out flyers, but we had the meeting, so I couldn't. Anyway, so if you ever know any opportunity to hand out flyers, we would really appreciate it if you would try to spread the word. We'd like to look into getting a meetup going for people to get together and hand out flyers as a group, if you guys are interested in that. We haven't announced that. If anyone is interested in kind of heading that up, like planning for what day and like kind of being in charge of organizing that, let me know. I'd be really welcome some help with that, and yeah, would just like for your assistance. But if you're not interested in that, that's fine. If you just want to do it with, get a couple for your friends or family or church or something, that's totally fine. Yes?
The link that's in the Discord specific chat seems to be to a recording of the first meeting back in December, not a stream.
Posted today, this is a chat link to Everfree staff meeting number 2.
Oh, I didn't scroll down. That's why.
No problem.
Okay, the other type of flyer that we have is a small business card flyer. These are for you to carry around in your wallet or your purse or pocket, whatever. And whenever someone says something like, hey, I like your shirt, and it's you're wearing a pony shirt, and you're like, oh yeah, you like ponies. Well, let me tell. Do you know about Everfree? And if they say no, then you pull out the card and you say, here, go to the website and look into it. It's really cool. So, please take some with you. You never know when you'll have an opportunity like that with those business cards. So that's what they are for. We have plenty. So be liberal. Spread the word. Okay. I think now we are going to go into our department discussions and updates, and then after that we're going to do a quick budget discussion, and then we're going to do some questions, and we'll see how long that takes. Okay, so let's do department updates. The first one is design, which Evergreen Dream unfortunately was not able, or Feathers was not able to call in because she had to go into work today. So she has given us a written update, which I'm just going to read, and for whatever reason it looks like it got closed on my phone. Sorry. So give me just a second.
Real quick while you're pulling that up, a question in chat. Someone in the Discord chat says, can I get cards here in Seattle?
Cards?
Can I...
For
these,
like come
these
by
things?
and pick them
yeah.
up?
Is there any way,
Yeah.
is it staff meetings or how else can they?
Well, we will have them at the next staff meeting, but if you want to get them sooner, like you have an event that you specifically want them for, just get in touch with me. That I'm probably going to have them with me, and so we can, I live in Seattle near Belltown, which is right by the Space Needle. So if that is a convenient location for you, then perfect. I can meet you like at our front door and just hand them over to you anytime you want to drive by. We've got a little like 3-minute pickup place where you can temporarily park, where I can just hand off flyers. So yes, if you want to pick some up, my contact information is on the staff directory, and get in touch with me, and then we'll get those distributed. Okay. Okay, so for this design update, I'm just gonna read what Evergreen Dream said word for word. So just pretend now that I'm Evergreen Dream. Hi. Hi. Okay.
Hello, Feathers.
Design department updates from yours truly, Evergreen Dream. First, plushies. Plushies have gone to production. Yay! This year, we've got the whole Everfree family coming to a con store near you.
Oh,
These are some prototype drawings, so obviously these are not like in plushie form, but these are what we're sending to the plushie team to create the plushies from. So hopefully they will look something as adorable as this. Okay. Some adorable references by Holly. Look forward to a very cute, very small Sharpie. Everything upcoming is in line with what we had last year, so we're going to get started on staff shirts and limited edition merchandise soon with myself, Evergreen, handling the staff shirt design itself. I've heard Marina is quite popular. I'm sure everyone wouldn't mind wearing her around, right? So I think that's the plan this year.
She knew that. Why is everyone looking at me all of a sudden?
The con book is underway, headed by the graphic design lead, Amiki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, with input from myself and Bunny. This year we will not be having a comic cover contest, rather Holly will be designing the cover as an assigned project. For anyone not familiar with her work, she designed the flyers, which you hopefully have with you now. She'll also be making up the larger advertising posters quite soon. She has the perfect style to match this year's design theme, so I'm really looking forward to what she comes up with. For a sneak peek, here is our familiar con book background reworked by Johan's Robot to go along with our idea for this year's book. There are 5 different backgrounds this year, so we're doing kind of a day to night thing. So here's the night version. Since we aren't having a cover contest this year, I'd like to organize a separate art contest that features different age groups so that we can feature some of the submissions we get from our younger audience. We've had some very young fans submit art to the cover contest in the past, and they don't really have a chance to have their work featured. With this contest, I hope to give the foals a bit more of the spotlight, with their work featured in their own section of the contest. Hopefully we'll be ready to launch that by mid-February. Another foal-related project will be coloring pages, hopefully in the form of a coloring book. We are still deciding if it should be for sale or given out for free, but I'm leaning towards free for fulls depending on the cost. The book will feature simple line art of our adorable mascots, of course. Lastly, I hope everyone finds the new site easier to navigate. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. IT worked quite hard to flip everything vertically, as well as keep the visual style we had going on. If there are any issues with it, please let us know right away. We're more than willing to adjust anything and everything for a user-friendly experience. And lastly, again, as we get closer to con, departments will have things they want to submit to the con book. If you have something you need to be included in there, or if you need something design related made up for you to go in the book, send me a message on Discord so we can discuss it. Completed assets can be emailed to me at design@everfreenw.com if you have them already. Any questions at all are best asked on Discord. I'm available every day. Thanks. And just a quick note about her availability. Usually she's available late in the evening, so she'll be with you within the day, usually. She's very responsive. So, were you trying to raise your hand, Peggy?
Well, I was going to say that the coloring book sounds awesome, and I know we have some that we would possibly give away as prizes if she wants to do something like that. And then Tony Fleece said that he would be willing to come in and do a teach art. So
Teach art, cool.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if we want to compete with that in that sense. I mean, simple line art.
I don't think it would be competing
No,
because
no,
they wouldn't
but
be
like,
drawing.
Right, but I don't. It was more the simple page is great, would be easy, but maybe put in a blank page for when they come to do the create by art.
That's an idea. Okay. I'll try and get that to her.
Blank page.
Any other questions or comments about the design section? Any of the updates I gave? Or Evergreen gave? Yes?
Yes, I got a question. If I'm a volunteer, will the hotel stay be covered?
Unfortunately, no. We don't have the resources to pay for all of our hotel rooms for all our staff. But with there being so many staff that need hotel rooms, you can often reduce your costs by sharing a room with other staffers if you're willing to do that, and help with managing that cost to make it a little more affordable to you.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. We would like to do that, but all of our money that we get goes into the guests and projects for the con, and we just don't have enough.
And we do
finances.
you do get the badge
Yes.
for the convention.
Yes.
That is what the convention is sponsoring the staff with.
So the staff perks are you get a free T-shirt, you get a badge for the convention for free, and you have access to the staff lounge, which is actually a hotel room. One of the suites will have
Directly below us.
Directly below us.
Hello, welcome. Come on in, sit down. Oh yeah, and we have autograph sessions that we don't know the details of that yet, but usually we try to do a staff autograph session so that you can get autographs early in the morning or sometime that's not during, you don't have to fight with the crowds during the shift kind of a thing. That way you can, so there's quite a few staff perks. So food and drink available in the staff lounge and everything.
And
so.
our hotel rooms are at the reduced con rate already, which does help.
Yeah.
It's what is it this year? 150 a night?
I don't know. It's on our website.
I haven't checked.
But
I
again,
don't
if you
think it's
split that with
150.
other
Other people.
staffers, that can end up being very reasonable.
Yes.
Like if you have 4 people in your room and you stay 4 nights, then that's only 1 night of a hotel stay that you have to pay for. So, any other questions about staff perks or anything like that? Okay, let's move on to the next department, which is
All right. Next department would be events. Curtis.
Curtis.
So, nothing huge last time. I guess new people here saw me. I'll walk through stuff very quickly. Yeah, basically you got 10 or so departments that plan stuff that actually happens at the con. So college play repair, as far as I know, is going fine. That's being run by Gina. She got her staff. She couldn't be here today, but that seems to be mostly self-motivating. Cosplay, again, that's Heather, who did a great job in that role unofficially last year, is doing a great job this year officially. Electronic seems to be coming together. They've got plenty of staff. I know they're holding, Tabletop's holding regular meetings. I think Electronic Games is as well. Foles is Peggy. I'll get back to her and let her talk about that. Pony Stock, I don't see Bacon here. Okay, but yeah, as far as that, like I think musician applications have gone up.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're in the process of kind of filtering through that to kind of like plan our lineup for the one night Pony Stock this year, but the other night will be kind of we'll basically do the Grand Gala because as you know, I've already announced like the princesses as guests, so kind of looking along with that theme. So it'll be kind of more like a kind of more informal dance type setting. Tabletop against is rolling along just fine. They're having their own meetings, mostly self-motivating. Theater team, I don't see Benjamin here, although I do see some of the actors. But again, Benjamin thinks he's doing a great job keeping stuff moving. He just sent me on a document. I haven't got a chance to ingest it yet. He sent me a document saying when he wants rehearsals, and we're trying to find space for that right now. So, arts and crafts, I don't see Valerie.
Valerie was going to come, but she had to be with her grandmother today, so
cool.
she couldn't
That's
come.
understandable.
So she should be screening, she said.
Writing track. I didn't see anybody from writing here, but that's being headed up by a Hardshine. I got some staffers, and that seems to be going okay. One thing before I hand it off to some other specific departments. Looking for anybody here that's leads, I'll be contacting people specifically. We're looking for stuff to kind of like hype our events, like what I'm calling tweetables. So I'm looking to collect that from all the departments, like little things with dates we want to talk about, like, hey, we're doing this really cool thing, yeah, and then also got another project that Scott's helping out with. I think it's going to be really cool. Hopefully, we can actually talk about it soon, but I can't just quite yet. But it's going to be cool. So we got some cool stuff coming down. Get hype. Now I'll let Peggy talk about Foles and Arts and Crafts, since she's kind of working together with Valerie, since those are both kind of Foles centric.
Hello.
Hi,
Okay.
Peggy.
Okay. So Foles Room this year, we're doing Camp Everfree as our theme. So basically, we're going to make it a camp out. I have a Christmas tree. Curtis said he has a Christmas tree. We're thinking of putting some small Christmas trees up for decoration to make it look forestry.
So if you have a fake tree,
yeah, if you have a fake
borrow
tree,
your fake
please
tree.
yeah, let us borrow your fake tree.
So how many do you want?
Well,
Yes.
we're gonna
Actually,
try.
take them
We're gonna try and combine. Put some in the Foles room as well as the arts and crafts room to sort of merge the themes together for both rooms. So
Do we?
You know that it's in a different place this year, right? The
Yeah.
Foles room? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have worked last year with not having
No, it
enough
would not
room,
have
but
been
this
room
year we
last
have
year.
a lot of room, so I think it's a great idea.
Do we still have any of that AstroTurf or the Ivy?
that would actually be great
Because
too
that
if we have some
actually
of that. Yeah.
I haven't seen stores. I don't know if we still have.
I'm
shake
pretty
the
sure we
sand
no
out of
longer have.
No, yeah, that stuff is gone.
So, kind
Sorry.
of like putting a group of trees together.
Sure.
If somebody knows how to make a fake fireplace, I have several ideas of how I want to do it, but I want to be able to move it. away.
Fireplace or like fire
Like a fire pit.
Okay,
Like a fake fire pit.
that would be cool.
We're gonna do
Yeah, hotel
campfire.
said we couldn't do the real fire pit, unfortunately.
Obviously.
In a room? Come on.
But the idea was to have a little fire pit. That's where we're going to have any of the people who come in to do readings with us in the room, any
Perfect.
sing-alongs. I know one of the guests was thinking of coming in and singing. They did that last year. We had the ukulele, which was great. So it would have been nice to have that kind of thing. So with the campfire theme, we're going to be doing that. So Christmas trees, anybody know how to make a portable fire? And I was thinking maybe a small pop-up tent for the kids to go in, little kids to play with in one of the corners.
I got it.
That's a cool idea.
Um,
You're okay with it getting destroyed, possibly?
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's
okay.
perfectly fine.
just make sure that that's okay.
One of the other things that the kids talked about doing last year when we were playing with them, and Esther did a really good job of bringing in stuff for them to play with, but this year she's not here, was to do a photo booth area. So we were thinking of going ahead and putting one small spot aside if anybody can do maybe a background page or something and have the kids come in. I don't know if we want to do it as, everybody's seen the equestrian movie with the camp? Okay. So
I'm busy.
Is it
I'm busy.
so maybe doing like the lake view kind of situation would be kind of pretty. So if you guys have anything like wands, unicorns, wings, I brought my Batman mask because who doesn't want to be a pony with a Batman mask? Kind of thing. If you can't be Batman and you can't be a pony, but you can be both, why not? Or anything from the different holidays, kind of thing.
Cool.
For the kids to do. I don't want to do hats. It's lice season around that time. I don't want lice. But mask, boas, things like that. Masks that have the pony faces, anything like that. We
Got
are.
these rubber horse.
She has one like that too, and again, I don't want it over the head because of lice. I want to bring it in, yeah.
Order yours from Amazon.horse today. Seriously, go to Amazon.horse.
Take word for it.
So anyway, would you guys? I was gonna leave it up to you guys. Maybe. Do you
Really?
want-
That actually works.
David just did.
What?
I can tell.
Okay,
So I was
you
gonna.
really made my day.
So I was gonna say, do you guys want to do a lake setting? Do you want to do a castle connection, maybe a scene where it's
Good
ever
job.
free to the camp, kind of thing, something like that. So if you guys want to come up with an idea on the background, I don't care.
How big of a space are you talking, Peggy?
I'm pretty much thinking maybe a back wall like this, like to be able to just either lean it up against a wall. It doesn't even have to be the whole thing a half. We're not going to be taking the pictures unless we get parental permission from the photographer or with the photographer in the room. But it's something for the for one of the staff. If the parent goes here, can you take the picture? Well, I'm in the picture with her, vice versa. But we're not going to do pictures. I want them to be able to take their pictures home with them and do it.
I think it's
one
good
of the crafts that we're thinking of doing is actually doing it's very tiny, but it's popsicle sticks making a popsicle sticks making a photo.
Thank you.
Yeah, like a picture frame that says camp, ever free, whatever.
Oh, cute.
That weekend is Mother's Day weekend, so we are also trying to incorporate a Mother's Day theme, but more like a parental theme because we don't want to leave anybody out. So we were thinking that the frame would be a good way to have the kids go watch that. That's an option. One of the other crafts that we're thinking of doing, and it's going to take a lot of help, so we'll have to go online and find out a good deal, is to make their own cutie mark. So my name's Magic Coobs on the system, so I put magic and put a pin on it for the kids to take off. That's actually been in the works for a couple of years now. We've been thinking of doing the kids making their own cutie marks.
So there's like foam?
This one's felt. I can throw it to you. You can come over and look at it. So that's some of the other things. Taking from what the parents wanted last year, some of the suggestions that were made, they really liked the cosplay ponies. I'd love to have them come in. They want them to do more things such as a dance party. So whereas we're only having one night of pony stop and some of the kids are not going to be able to go to the gala that night because, you know, it's too late, maybe doing a 5 o'clock party in the room before we close down at 7. That would be kind of fun. We're going to do once a day bingo. I know last year we did, or the year before that I did the rocks, and that went off pretty well. I think everybody ate the rock jelly beans that I brought last time. They were good. But I was going to have we want to do some bingo cards. Instead of saying bingo, say cutie, because that works with number letters, do cutie mark. And I want all the VIPs that are coming having their cutie marks in the system on the card. And we'll do it in age groups. So 5 to 7, 8 to 10, 10 to 12 age groups. Parents, I'm going to let help with the 5-year-olds, but I really don't want to helping, obviously. The older kids, unless needed. So we will be doing prizes. I bought things like My Little Pony deck cards for one of the prize sets. Should I do the crafts? And then I have had 2 VIP people that I know coming offer to come in and do like either the bingo, calling out the cards. So we'll have to have balls or numbers or do cutie cards in a system, or come in and read. So we'll put those on the schedule as soon as we get confirmation for sure.
Peggy, you started
Yes.
out wonderfully and you keep getting softer and softer
Oh,
and
I'm
softer.
sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's just-
So I do need to have the designers look at the cutie mark bingo cards, and again, basically we're going to try and keep it as a camp theme. So anybody who has suggestions, you can email me at peggyabOaks@yahoo.
And for design, if you have design stuff that you want to have reviewed, email design@everfreeNW.com.
So,
And then, but basically I did a tiny schedule where we did dancing in the morning on Friday or in the evening right before the gala, depends on which way we want to do that. Bingo during the day and then reading. I try and send kids home tired. That's just me.
Also, once I'll be working as production side panel stuff with events. Once you know what events will be needing microphone and such, reach out and we
I'm probably
will.
going to suggest having the microphone in there anyway, especially if we are going to do a dance party. I do not own any My Little Pony music. I know, that's horrible. I don't. And she hasn't requested any, so shh. But if you guys have CDs or anything that I can borrow to put in music.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
I could probably give like just a little MP3 player hooked up to the system that you could play.
We had Nicole come in a couple of years ago and read. I think she'd be willing to come in again if anybody asks the VIPs if that's what they want to do. But if I don't get to talk to them, so it's like I can't go.
Well, you can talk to our GR director and say
email GR and say, hey, I would love to if there's any interest,
if
and
they're still willing to come back.
If they're willing to do the.
She kept reading. Nicole kept reading for hours. She wasn't stopping. So like.
Yeah. For the most part, I know our guests love to work with the kids.
Right.
So any
I do want
ideas
them
you
to
can think of that, like, oh, that would be perfect if we got Nicole to do something. Email our GR director and let us know. Let them know what you want.
But do I go through Curtis?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I would say do an email thread with all involved.
Exactly.
But Curtis,
you can like
Curtis,
CC everybody and go ahead.
Yeah. So I've been brokering the GR stuff between you and Thornwing. Of course, you can always email Thornwing, but yeah.
Okay. Keep Curtis in the loop.
In general, the idea is you have your stuff that Thornwing's already on board with. That's why I'm going back and forth. Also, I didn't get a chance to sync back to you yet, but I mentioned the stuff with Blue. So that's going through. This also affects theaters. So we're having you said like people wanted more of the cosplayers, so we're having what we're internally calling Blue's Crew, which is Blue along with 3 of her cosplayer friends that are going to be Sunset Shimmer and the 3 Sirens. They're going to do like a dance party of something. They're specifically focused on foals.
Yeah.
But they'll be kind of, and they won't be in the skits like the theater troupe, but what we're doing for them along with the theater troupe this year is we're kind of upping the thing of basically like your kind of like the con presence for the characters, so like you see it like Disney World, especially attractive kids. And we're gonna actually have badges that instead of wearing a normal staff badge, you'll have a badge that has the name of your character on it. And then like a little Everfree insignia, so you will be that character for the cons. Like
Because
you
Alexis
be
is going to
rarity.
be novella again this year.
So we also have badges with our normal info when we're not in.
Oh yes, yes, of
okay,
course.
just
Yeah, they'll have they're going to be duels.
You're still on staff,
Alexis
but yeah, when you're going around, in other words, that'll point you out like you're the official like ones for Everfree.
And the last craft that I'm thinking of doing that's going to cost money, I'm trying to not really.
No, you have a budget.
Is, we're thinking of doing tic-tac-toe bags as the kids. We're going to get burlap bags, let them design it the way they want with felt markers and pens. And then I was thinking of getting a big metal tub and throwing rocks in and letting the kids pick out the rocks that they want to use as their tic-tac-toe rocks. So black and white rocks, or red and green rocks, or
You could probably do a craft with rocks. too.
Well, yeah.
Draw
Well, the
on
idea
it,
is for them to
memory,
make their own.
whatever.
So it's it's a present that they're going to take home, but it's a rock, and then they can play tic-tac-toe throughout the room as well.
Huh.
So parents, like I said, were really big on having more kids come into the room, more activities, and the room this year was, or last year was small. The year before, we were able to play all those round the robin. We even had a parent dance off. Not the year before. So this year we couldn't do that because of the room. But with the new room, yay!
Yeah, the new room's even bigger than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
And then because we're
room
having
spread
both
out.
Celestia and Luna, I got
Princess Luna.
They're both princesses. Anyway,
Yes.
Do you remember doing the pin the tail on the princess thing we did?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe changing it to horns and doing horns instead, and that way we could use the same picture font that we did and just put them into horns. And that way we can reuse. So, trying to reuse. Prizes that we're looking at, Tails is going to let me borrow some of the old Everfree shirts that have not been used in a long time, and we're going to make them into tote bags for the kids, like pull string bags for the kids. Luckily, Heather is Valerie can sew, and anybody else who can sew, please let me know, because I don't sew very well. I can make a straight line, but. So I want to make at least 9 of those for prizes.
Okay.
So that's me right now. If you guys have any questions, you're interested in doing the kids room after you've gone and done everything else that you need to for the con, we're gonna have some fun, I think.
Yay.
I figured I figured camp was a good thing.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I love the theme.
Events? Are you done?
Yeah. So, yeah, we got the CCG lead here who I know you said you having a schedule. So basically, we're seeing what's with that.
So Enterplay has managed to not kill the game off somehow. Good news. They're starting to release spoilers for the next set. So given their normal release schedule, the set is either going to drop right before Babs or right after Babs. If it drops right after, hooray, we get to be the first con with this set. So this will be fun. The room's a little bit smaller this year, but I'm going to try to run a reasonably full set of events given the space that I've got and the amount of people I have, balanced with the interest that I think is going to be present in the game at that point. So we'll see what happens there.
We can, if that does turn out where we have a new set and there's, the community's revived essentially, and we need more space, we can potentially, I'm not saying promises, but we could potentially have a discussion about trying to move things around to accommodate that. But it will definitely need to be something with that we have, discussions with everyone that would be affected by those changes at this point. But that is a possibility with new information.
Large enough to handle the load that we had last year, and I don't anticipate a massively larger load.
Okay.
And I don't really have much else. We're just doing planning, talking with various other leaders in the CCG space.
Okay.
And then also at the top events level, we also just brought Master Clockwork from Portland on, who's going to be helping Simonize kind of at the actual events level. And also, Simon, do you want to give an update on contests? What's going on with that?
Yeah, sure. So we also have John Belskis as our contest lead, and I'm talking to another person to go in and help them so he has someone to bounce ideas off of. We have the PMV contest submission form up, and our next task is kind of to work on putting together what other events like Ponegathon are going to look like primarily. Ponegathon.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, that's the weekend, like over the course of the whole weekend, there's a few different events in the schedule that'll be, like 4 or so rounds over the course of the weekend, where we start with a very huge pool of attendees coming to the first event that want to participate, and then by the end we end up with just one, and they get something awesome, like a free badge for next year or something.
I never left the kids' room.
Yeah, that's kind of it for contests, really.
I think that's all the major stuff for events. So
Okay.
That's virtual mic.
Do we want to talk about charity at all, or is that?
Oh,
Yes.
charity. Yeah.
Yes,
I
we
didn't,
do.
sorry, I missed charity. That's a good call out. Where's my? Didn't make notes. Yeah. So charity is we've got skip right past it in my notes. We've got Shannon as well as Shannon Iverson and Samantha Lang, kind of co-heading that up, and it seems to be going fine. We're probably going to be changing we're going to change the beneficiary of the charity, and if you guys might notice in Discord, there was sent out kind of like a survey to say, hey, what charities do you like? So we're trying to open up a bit more. There's also other space. Fill it out. If there's not information, fill everything out. You can just PM Samantha or Shannon with your ideas, or email them from the staff directory. But in general, like we're kind of looking for suggestions and votes on kind of what charities people look at, and kind of the main idea is we want to branch out a little bit. We also want to still make sure that it's that they're kind of kid friendly. Like I said, that's still going to be our focus. Even though it might not just be Seattle Children's this year, we still want to be children focused.
Children and families.
Yeah. I think that's it. All right, we're done.
Question?
Yeah, what's up?
Peggy, do you want cardboard again this year? You doing that?
They are doing the fort, and
Cantor
they're
box.
going to be doing that in the arts and crafts room. So
Arts and
yes,
crafts,
we would love to have some boxes for that. She's going to set that up in the corner, and unfortunately the wall doesn't come down between the two rooms, but we're going to possibly put her fort on the same side as where the photo booth is going to be. So kind of, if you were to look at it from the door, they'd kind of attach or match themes. But yeah, they do definitely want to do the fort this year and with the bigger room.
So if you have a bunch of cardboard and you want to donate it, who should they reach out to?
Curtis, who
You can talk to me and I'll forward it to the correct people. I don't know. I mean, like Valerie is the one who's heading that up. So either me or Valerie, the arts and crafts lead. But yeah, and in general, what we're looking for is we're looking for nice cardboard that can actually be used to make some look around, like falling apart boxes. Because the idea, if you saw it last year, it ended up looking really nice. So that means they need some nice stuff, so like maybe like different color stuff, whatever. But like not just I found this rotting cardboard in my garage.
Any flat boxes like that have a good piece of cardboard, we could put into the Foles room and maybe make it look like a cabin wall or something with the sign.
What about boxes that might look like a prop?
What do you mean like a prop?
I have boxes that they look like little Nintendos, like for the NES.
Definitely.
These little collector's boxes.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of them. So.
Oh, I have so many Loot Crate boxes that if my kids actually let me take them
Yeah,
out.
mine's from Nerd Block, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and if you want the
No, I've got like 7 of them. I don't need 7 NES boxes.
the newest one came out was actually a holder for comic books.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, I wish they made them all like that. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah,
Anything else for events?
Unless someone else here has something, I don't think so.
All right. Next on the list is guest relations. Do we have anyone?
I thought
saw
Adeptus
Andrew.
Yeah, I thought
Andrew.
he was. Oh yeah, there you are.
Oh,
Hiding
hi,
in the
Andrew.
corner.
Just me. Oh, there's not a lot. I mean, yesterday we announced 2 directors coming up.
Yeah,
We
did you
can't hear
guys
you.
see that announcement?
Well, yesterday we announced.
Can you come over here so they can hear you on the mic easier, if you don't mind?
I'm also a little different.
Sorry to interrupt you like 3 times, but go ahead.
I don't know what's going on. We announced Tim Stubby and Denny Liu, 2 animation directors, yesterday. Still have a few names in the works. I finally saw the list. But the next announcement's going to be, I think, around Valentine's Day. Let's see. I think we're still looking for like 1 more person for autograph room and green room. But we're looking pretty good in staffing otherwise. Oh, question? Yeah.
I saw the staff list. You guys are nowhere near where you need to be.
Really? Okay, now
Nowhere, what?
keep
Nowhere
looking.
near. You only have 3 people photograph room without the director. That's not nearly enough people to run that room.
Don't you need a handler for each of the person, or do they bring?
Well, they
handlers?
have. You have to have a handler for each of the persons, but the autograph room requires a lot of line management.
Yeah.
On top of them, take care of the money.
I think last year we used line management staffers to do the line management.
Yeah.
And I think
but
we're gonna do that again this year. So then we just need people to
Count money.
work with, account money and do that sort of thing.
You also try. You also would like to try to do shifts as well, because that room can be very taxing. That's another.
Have you volunteered yet?
Think about it.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
That's why I was just wondering if you have a position or if you're just speaking from experience.
He's
yes. I know.
Experience.
I know who he is. I was just wondering if he was officially staffing that room or not currently.
If you do staff that room, you definitely need to have people who have had line management and
Yeah.
And our line management list is not long yet. So.
Yeah, we could always use more help with line management.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
It's
was
a different
worst
department.
case scenario.
Sure. Good to think that way. Anything else? Any questions about GR? Yeah, I think we're pretty in good shape. Thank you.
So with staffing stuff, actually, for events, one area we're kind of looking for right now is Foals. So if you like working with kids, we definitely have some openings there that we're specifically looking to fill. If you were
I'd like
somebody
to make a comment about that.
What?
If we staff the Foles room, it would be nice to perhaps have a schedule for that so people can go see the rest of the convention. 2 years ago,
that's
several
what
people
happens.
volunteered and then spent all their time there.
Well,
So it
yeah,
depends on when you get, of course.
that's not the idea. The schedule will be coming. I mean, nobody has a schedule right now because all of the events in place, but there will be a schedule, and within the department, you can, talk about which events you'd like to see and kind of make a schedule. But there's
I'm
no
not
volunteer
answering
for
for your
Foles
schedule.
should not mean that you're in the Foles room
Yeah.
all weekend unless
Thank
you
you.
want to be, which a couple people actually did. But if you don't,
Well, that's why I brought up the number of staffing in the autograph room. Exactly for that reason. They have at least 2
we
shifts.
definitely want more than 3 people for sure. Is that it then for GR, right? Okay. So next is hotel. Jeremy's not here. Do we have our vendor hall lead? I've never met him, so is our vendor hall lead here or anyone working with vendors?
I do not see Baron.
Yep.
Okay. Are you?
I'm in the vendor stuff. Yep.
Sorry?
Just staff.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I'll just say that vendor hall applications have been open, are open. If you guys know anyone who's interested in vending who may not be aware, feel free to let them know. I can't remember exactly when they close, but it's in February.
It's really close. Yeah, it's really close.
It's soon. So if you know someone that intended to and you're not sure if they have, make
February
sure they know.
12th.
So right before Valentine's Day.
Yes. So that's probably the biggest thing under hotel.
How many tables do they have for that room?
We're going to have fewer. I don't know the specific number, but I know that last year it was a little overcrowded, so we're going to cut down a little bit so that there's just more breathing room in there. But I know we're changing the layout too. I know Bernd has proposed a new layout as well. So.
And I did hear rumors that they were thinking of doing an hour for the kids shopping at one point during the weekend.
Okay.
I heard that as a rumor.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to Bernd about that. Would you reach out to him and just see if that's still in the works, if that's something he wants to try and do? Because
I just want to make sure that if they are planning to do that, then I have not very many things going on in the kids' room. To
yeah,
counteract
definitely
it.
something.
In fact, we were thinking if we did do something like that, we did the parade last year. We were thinking maybe just taking the parade to
parade into the right. March them right in where
and
they can buy things.
And that way it's a hey, the vendors hall is open for you guys only. If you don't want to go, great, we have these crafts for you to do. But if you want to go shopping for yourself for an hour, it's Mother's Day weekend. Let's go.
Yeah. It was sort of I think in the past that we floated the idea of having it in the morning.
Yeah.
Like early morning, so that we could Well, because I think, that way people can sleep in, and then the kids who are up at the crack of dawn can do the shopping that they want to do. So that I don't know if that would be compatible with the idea of the parade.
Right.
But just something to think about.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with Saturday being probably the day that you want to go shopping because of Mother's Day the next day.
Yeah, we're not.
And where this one was probably want to sleep in on Thursday. And not
Yeah,
take their
agreed.
shopping.
Probably Sunday's not the best day.
And once it's
because
open, you're not going to clear it out.
No.
So
Right, yeah.
I think you have to do it first thing.
Yeah, also true. Yeah, we're not gonna be like, okay, anyone
Everybody
shopping, leave for
Right.
children. No.
No, not going to happen.
Right.
No, but
yes.
a nice smooth transition would be kind of cool to have the. Right. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any of additional updates for hotels. So if anyone has any other, does anyone else have questions about hotel that I might be able to help answer? Okay.
When will we know when we can have the volunteers room set up so we can pay for it, sign up for it?
Staff.
The staff block. This year, the staff block is working differently. We don't have a separate link.
Well, however it works, you let me know. I thought that was a hotel question.
Yeah, it is a hotel. Yeah, so what you are going to do is go ahead and book your room through the website, just using the normal discounted rate because it's the same price. And I think what we're planning on doing is having like a staff area in the wings and a staff area in the tower. The tower rooms are a little more expensive, but they are way more accessible and closer to the con. So if your job requires you to be as close to the con as possible, we would encourage you to consider a hotel or a tower room. But if you're really strapped for cash and it's not important to you and you don't mind walking a little bit, then feel free to do a wing, and we'll try to get you as close as we can.
Okay, thank you.
But the process is go through the link that is on everfreenw.com and get in contact with hotel to say, hey, I'm staff and I have booked through the this name at the link.
Thank you.
That is the process.
Yeah.
So email hotel.
And let them know what name the room is under, and let them know you are staff. That's what we'll need to do this year, and then we'll move you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the next department is HR. Who is here? Yay.
Well, I.
Right?
Oh, yeah, HR. Yep, no way.
And I had my notes up. I don't have too many things to say. I am working with Evergreen on the staff shirts. I am starting to look at probably next week. I'm going to start looking at the companies who can print. You said you knew a couple I can at least start with.
Mm-hmm.
Applications, they're kind of slowing down. If you know anybody, please.
The ages, it's 16 and up or 18 and up? What are the age groups?
14 and up. However,
what was the question and what was the answer?
What age
what
groups?
age group for HR acceptance?
Thank you.
14 and
Yeah,
up.
we're going by the state law on volunteers now. So I had a conversation with Kyle about it, and he's okay with it. He's cool with that, which is making a lot of people happy.
So under 18 is there another process?
Yes, they have to get a volunteer agreement, and if you're under 16, there's a whole another set of rules we have to follow, but they're not too bad. Like Friday, they can only work 3 hours
because it's a school day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And they can't be here after, I think it was 7 p.m. I'll have to look that up.
They can't be here, or they can't be volunteering?
They can't be
Working.
volunteering during that time.
They can hang out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't be
No, we
staffing
point at them
after
to go.
7.
No ponies for you.
but you can't stay here.
Would you guys recommend maybe the 14 to 16 work behind the scenes and get their hours out of the way as quickly as possible so that they can have the weekend available to play? Or would you rather have them be babysitters in the Foles room and dealing with the
most of them have been like full room type positions, like pretty simple positions where there's not a lot of hard work or long hours.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of hours, required hours.
I think what were we going with last year? I haven't really
16.
Last year was 16.
I haven't really talked to you guys about what we want to do for minimums this year. So
Yeah, I think
I
we're
figured we were
just
going with last year.
continuing with last
16.
year.
I would say maybe a little less for those under 16.
Okay.
Just because the Friday hours, they're limited to only 3
Right,
hours.
yeah.
So.
That's fair.
But yeah, 16 hours minimum to get your badge.
I mean, before con and setup stuff also always counts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was
I didn't
thinking.
think about that. Yeah.
Because of where we are in North Bend, the kids actually get out of school at 12 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah.
But down in Issaquah, they're off. They have a whole day. They don't get off until 2. So your hours definitely depend on
Yeah.
school districts.
I've also noticed that a few I've been sending out application. Why am I drawing a blank on the word? I've been confirming application confirmation. That's the word I was looking for. And I realize that some are going to spam folders. So if you haven't heard from me in a while, like I'd say if your application's older than 2 weeks and you have not heard from me, please email me, hr@everfreenw.com, and we'll square that away. I'll be able to send you a new email from my personal email or another email I set up for Everfree. Because I have a handful of applications that are sitting in my folder ready to get pushed off to another department, and no one's getting back to me. I sent them emails saying, hey, this position doesn't work, but can we get a secondary from you so we can move things forward. So if you haven't heard from me in a while, please email me, and I will do what I can to get that information to you.
Just on that note of emails not going through, it's always a good idea for everyone involved with staff to add star at or asterisk at everfreenw.com to your whitelist on your email client. So what that will do is it'll tell your email client that anything at everfreenw.com, send it through, don't send it to spam. That way you'll get the notifications you need to receive and
I should have
whatever.
thought of that. Because a lot of web addresses don't seem to like one-on-one.
It's true. Yes.
Other than that, I don't really have too much to add. Staffer, I mean, they're still coming in, but some directors do need to go after their applications because there have been some sitting there for a little while. Not too many, but still more than I would like. I'll be poking those directors in the next week or so if I don't hear, or if those applications don't come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to keep on that. I've been kind of jabbing them every once in a while. Yeah, that's it. Other than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next department is IT. And I think Jack said he didn't really have anything to update. We already mentioned the new website, the revised website just got launched along with the guest announcement yesterday. The sooner we notice any issues, the sooner we can fix them, the better. So if you guys notice doing something weird or something on the website, please let us know so that we can try and fix it. And apologies for the issues that we've already had. We don't need to rehash that. So, any questions about anything technical, like with the apps or the website or anything that IT might need to know about? Also covering registration. Any questions about registration? Do we have a registration lead? I don't see him. So, okay.
Any questions for IT?
Okay, we'll move on then to Ops, who was going to call in, our Ops director, but something came up and he said he would not be able to call in. So I guess I'll update for him too. The biggest and only thing he wanted to say is we are doing the storage unit inventory. That is going to happen Sunday, February 19th. That is the day after SR's party at 2 p.m. And we're doing it because it was really hard to find a good day that worked for everybody, and that just was the best day. So if you're willing to come out and help with the storage unit, we could use help. It is a big job, and we need to get it done in a day. And so the more people that are willing to come out and help, we need people who can lift heavy things, move boxes around. We need people who are good at organizing, who enjoy sort of digging through boxes and figuring out stuff. I mean, the idea and the reason this is so important is to find out what we already have so that we can basically allocate it for this year. So like our events director can know what we need to supplement with purchases and things like that. So
for instance, we have scissors.
Yeah, we have plenty of scissors.
We always have scissors.
Yeah.
Also, if you have any requests for things to check while we are doing the while we're looking through the storage unit. Also, that should be sent to operations.
Yes.
Hey, I remember there being X from, for the Foles room or whatever. I remember there being this pegboard. Do we still have that? Could we make sure to verify that?
It gets there, yeah.
Is that going to be out on a meetup, information like the address and everything to go to?
I don't think that's going to be on a meetup.
It's not, because we
It's
have
not public.
we have in the past invited non-Everfree to events like this.
Off.
And well, it's less of that and more of just people complain that it's not fun. They come out and they're like, "This was a meetup and it didn't have any fun." It's like, well, it's work,
Meetup work party.
Right.
It's a work party.
Yeah. So I mean, if you come out and help, there may be some kind of frivolity after we're done. But I don't want to make any specific promises. But just if you can help, we'd really appreciate it. So.
And that was the night.
Yes.
And for reference, yes, there's going to be a lot of work, but there's not an awful ton of work. For the four of us, Bunny, Matthias, myself, and Tails, was there anybody else with us last year? Met Boy. Okay, so the 5 of us last year did the whole thing in 8 hours. If we can get 10 people,
It's
4
hours.
If 12 hours or 12 people,
it's 2 hours. Just kidding.
We'd have everything in, out, and we'd be
So you're
we'd
basically
be done.
taking everything out, reorganizing it so that
Yeah.
you can
Yes, so
okay.
that we know what's there, so that we can put the things. Okay, this stuff is all going to go here, and this because after the con, everyone's tired and they just go whoosh, and they shove it all in there, and it's all mixed together,
Yeah,
and
so
we just need to organize it so that we can
bodies.
streamline the load in.
I missed the date.
The date
19th.
is Sunday, February 19th
Thank you.
at 2 p.m. and that is at Valley Storage in Kent, Washington.
I would recommend posting this on both the forum for the people who check that and in Discord, just to raise awareness.
Yeah, I think it's pinned in announcements already, but where else did you say? On the forums?
The forum.
Yeah, okay.
Question about how far is that from SR's place?
It's north of Puyallup by roughly 20 minutes, maybe even 15. It's pretty close.
You hop on 167 to the which exit is it? I
don't know. It's a number.
It's past 277th because that's the one I get off at. But it's if you from SR's, once you get on 167, it's no more than 20 minutes, 30 with traffic.
Well, yeah, if there's traffic, it may be a little longer, but I think it's 15 to 20 minutes
15,
away.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of near Winco, the Kent Winco.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's right off the highway too, so it should be pretty easy to find.
And yes, there is a pinned message.
Okay.
Great.
No, there's not a pinned message. There's one for the next staff meeting. For this staff meeting.
Well, we should
pin a message.
write that and pin that. Yeah. Okay. Productions is
that would
next.
be me. Not a whole lot to discuss. We are working on getting our quotes for equipment and all that. Send me bodies, Eric. I always tell you that. You always do. So that's kind of where we're at. Stage itself is going to be laid out the same, same size, same position, same end of the room, all of that. We are looking at adding a little bit more drape to the whole room. Add a little bit on the sides, so our side cameras aren't pointing into backstage as much. Because that was a thing last year. Our side camera was pointing straight at Callum, working back on the video stuff. And then we're also going to add a run of drape along the back wall, which will help with the echo problems that we run into. And the idea is when we request the hotel staff to remove the chairs, we'll request that they store it behind that drape to act as more of a baffle, and that will really help with the slapback and echo issues that we were having last year. I don't have anything else at the moment. Does anybody have any questions for productions at this time? Yes.
Do you rent pipe and drape?
We do.
Okay.
We've got a couple of different we've got a couple of different places we're looking at. One of them even has a forest green pipe and drape, so if that's the same price or not much more, it might work well with our whole kind of Camp Everfree feel. But that is still up in the air, but we are renting our pipe and drape, yes.
After hearing Peggy talk, I participated in making a castle once before using soft-sided stuff and sponges and brick printing. And I was thinking about the piping as a frame, because you have to be able to
You have to be able to move it.
pop it up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how the hotel, I know the previous hotel had issues with us putting things up on their walls, so.
That's
that
why
was-
it's
and-
freestanding.
Right, we want it to be freestanding, so. And again, also movable if we're gonna have kids bouncing around.
Okay.
Fancy.
If you feel like that's something you need,
I'll
get in contact with us so we can add that in, and we'll figure out who pays for what portions later.
I'll
But
talk
so we
to
can
Peggy.
get so we
Put
can,
it in the
so we
quote.
can, so we can get it in the quote, so we can make sure we have it physically here.
Maybe just the pipe, because
Yeah.
I have fabric.
Yeah. But just make sure that we email productions so Calvin and I both see it.
From side panels, I'm just going to real quick say that I will be working with events as things come up when we're reviewing. So I'll be reaching out to Cole and Curtis and getting that all figured out.
Okay.
So,
Any other questions for productions? Yes?
Yes, I have a question. So, the idea from now on is if a staff member volunteers doing cosplay, they have to go to the kids area at least for a couple minutes or a half hour to hang out with the kids.
If they-
There are specific staffers who will be in cosplay, and like that's their job
That is
to be there.
that is
Right, so it's not, so if you're wanting to cosplay and you're not the official Everfree cosplayer or
you
whatever,
don't
then,
have to do.
yeah, there's no obligation.
There's no obligation. I mean, I often end up in a wig and horn by the end of the weekend anyway. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go to June Juarez and get my hair dyed before this time. But there is no obligation for them.
Okay, anything else with productions? Next is PR. Is
Trying
Tails able to
see
call
if
in?
this works.
While you're getting that set up, I would like to kick off with letting everyone know that our standing PR director has had some family personal issues that have made him not able to easily do the job of director. So we are looking for help with leadership for our PR department. So if you know someone who is very familiar with social media, who enjoys leading a team and can help roll balls along to get announcements out and things like that, and that sounds like right up your alley, or you know someone that would be up their alley, please let us know. It's probably our greatest need right now for Everfree's functionality or whatever. We could really use a director for our PR department. So right now Tails is mostly doing those obligations right now, which is why she's making the update for PR. Hi Tails.
Hello. It's me.
How is Arizona? Is it warm or cold?
Yes.
I said, how is Arizona? Is it warm or cold? And Curtis said
Okay,
yes.
that didn't even come through, but it's sunny.
Good. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, PR is doing pretty good. We're hanging out. Yeah, like Funny said, we could use a director because I've been doing that for a while, and it's a little hard to juggle with chair duties because PR is like a really demanding department. But yeah, like we said earlier, if you have any announcements, put them on the PR calendar for sure. Because I've seen people post in staff chats, "Hey, I need this announced. Who do I talk to?" It's like staff tools. Hey. Put it in there, or else it's not going to happen. Yeah. Basically, yeah. You don't have to. I mean, yeah, you can put all the details right in there. It's super easy. If you have anything else to discuss after you submitted it, you can totally ping me right now because I'm still directing this stuff. But yeah, other than that, I think we have I think the photography position's still open. I think we could use a couple more of those, but we've actually gotten like a lot of apps. So like we have gonna have so much coverage this year. It's gonna be awesome sauce. Yeah. Any questions?
So we have questions for PR or about PR. I guess one thing we need to talk about is well, I guess we've already kind of covered it actually, distributing flyers. But that also falls technically under PR. We want to do some more local promotion. So if you have ideas, or if you want to, like I said, help lead up a, meetup where we hand out flyers or something like that, that kind of thing. Anything to help get the word out locally. If you have any ideas, talk to Tails or me. Or if you get a PR director, then
if anybody wants to like go out and like hand out flyers anywhere, we actually have a list. Last year we went to like a bunch of different businesses, so we actually have a list of locations all the way from Everett to Tacoma in Washington that will take our flyers. So if anybody's in any of those cities, you can talk to Bunny today to get flyers, and we can help get you that list if you're interested in driving around to some places locally. That'd be really, really neat. And and because we've been so many places, we got turned down at some places, so that's how we have the list. So it's all organized, and we don't waste our time going to the same 10 places every year that only 5 will take our flyers. Now we got a huge list, and if you actually know anywhere that you found will take the flyers, let us know so we can add it for future years. Be pretty sweet.
Yeah, so you could just keep a list and then email it to chairs at everfreenw.com to let us know, and that would be something we can then add to our master list, and that'd be good.
Totally. Or hit us up on Discord, we're there.
Wherever. Whatever's easiest.
Yeah.
Anything else, PR, you wanted to say, Tails, or any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
No one has questions, looks like.
Yeah, that's all right. If you got a vehicle and you want to pass out some flyers in your city, we've got a list of places like in pretty much every city. So
yep.
Down to Tacoma up to Everett, we've got the list.
Where can we find the list?
We don't have it publicly anywhere at the moment.
Okay, so can we get it public, and then also maybe some sort of like document where people can actually check it, so that way we can say like, hey, I flyered this place, somewhere we can like just some sort of wiki or Google Doc where they can say like, hey, this place is covered.
You can do this on the forums pretty easily.
We could do the forums. I think a Google Doc or something where you can
Something
edit
central.
it would be better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think we need to make a copy of our master to make sure that it's public doesn't mess up our master list. But get one ready.
Well, even Google Doc has like history, so if someone vandalizes it, you can
Right, but I think what our current list is on is like a Google Maps thing. So I don't know if that has histories or whatever, but it's something we'll look into and make public and then announce it. So be looking for that if you're interested in helping, and grab flyers now so that you can be ready when we tell you where to go. And remember,
if you want to go places, we'll find places.
Yes. And remember, we have 2 different kinds of flyers. The ones that are kid oriented say like kids 12 and under get in free and like big words, but if it's something more like a comic book shop or something, maybe use the other ones that are more like, I don't know, adult oriented or whatever.
But they both do have that information on them.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I believe yes. It's
different
just
prominence.
they're just geared toward we have kind of 2 big groups of people who come to Everfruit. We have families and children, and we have other fans, adult fans. So
adult fans of My Little Pony?
I know. It's true. I know.
Also, about the list of places, even if it's not in Washington, like let us know. Someone in the chat just said they're going to take some to Oregon. Yeah, do that. If you're traveling to other states, that's fine too. Let us know, like wherever you at. If you take flyers, even if it's not in Washington, that's cool. Do it.
We would appreciate if you could keep track of it. Don't let that be a deterrent though. If you're like, well, I won't hand out flyers if I have to do that, then just hand them out. But if you would keep track of it, it will help us in future years, and we would appreciate it. Okay. Anything else? All right. Thank you, Tails.
Bye.
Have
fun. Have fun.
Okay, the last department is Royal Guard, and as far as I'm aware, they do most of their work toward the end of the con cycle anyway. So, does anyone have any questions about Royal Guard? Because otherwise, there's really no updates there that I know of.
No, I'm just going to get with you after this to see the actual locations we're working in.
Okay.
They need people.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, they always need people.
A few departments.
I think we talked about doing scheduling through HR this year, right? You talked to Tiggs about that for Royal Guard.
Will we be doing that?
I think we should do that. I think that's the plan. If that's okay. I mean,
No, that's fine.
I thought Tiggs talked to you about it, so.
No,
okay.
he has not mentioned.
Okay.
I remember someone mentioning that we might want to do it, but it was like a 2-minute conversation.
Okay,
so.
well that's something we can maybe discuss further then.
We'll
That's
talk more
nothing
about
to
that,
announce currently, but yeah. Okay.
Text Kyle.
Huh?
Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to text?
Do you want me to text
Yeah,
him?
let him know.
Okay. Might be easier to just call him.
Possibly. But I was doing it
Because
through
if he's
Discord.
driving, I don't think he'll see a text.
That's what he's. Anyways. That's what
he
he
said to
to
text
do.
him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let him know.
But yeah.
Big.
So that's gone through all of the departments. Are there any just general questions for another department?
Let's actually more specifically say, does anyone have any roadblocks?
Yeah.
Like something that you've been waiting for someone to get back to you on and they haven't and you don't know what's going on. Anything like that anyone is aware of, like you applied and you haven't heard back and you don't know what's going on, or someone hasn't responded. Now is the time.
We have a couple of standing questions for hotel, but Jeremy's not here, so I will just bug him later.
Okay.
I'll find a way to bug him. Get us the answer.
He's pretty available on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, Facebook.
It's good to know
stalk him on
the
Facebook.
communication channel for each person.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually where I can most easily get a hold of him, actually, is Facebook.
All right, so, and this is open to all staff. Is there
Any other
anything that's
questions?
blocking you? Have you applied and not heard anything? Please let us know. You can also talk in person after the meeting, but... All right.
He said sure. I said if he's ready.
Okay.
Okay, so Big Kyle, our board president, is going to call in and speak to you all about finances and other money horse things.
All right. Currently, sound looks like he's not hearing us. So, try unmuting. Because we're not hearing him. Ah, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh.
User never.
Yep, that's him.
Yep.
Hi, Cal, got any money?
Okay, y'all can hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay, so how's everyone doing?
Fine.
Awesome.
Good.
We're doing all right.
2 hooves up.
Nice. So, basic stuff about the budget. We spec'd it out this year at roughly $110,000. What our goal is, however, is to bring that down something closer to 80. Now, this is for what there's 2 concepts here I want to give people. It's kind of a corporate talk thing, but that budget is for what we call OpEx, or operational budget, right? That's stuff that we want to be able to do every year. So every year we want to have roughly an $80,000 budget on things that we do every year that aren't meant to be sold for more profit. So things that we spend that we don't expect to get back, right? And this year, unlike last year, we're doing a lot better financially. And mostly we just have better people in place on the financial teams to make sure it's all going to go well and be handled properly. So since we proved of concept last year, this year I'm kind of letting up the reins a little bit on what directors can approve in terms of purchasing. What that means is if anyone needs something for the convention for their department, your director can give you that approval as long as it goes within their budget. Now, that comes with one simple caveat, and that is it needs to be tracked in the budgeting program, and whenever you purchase something, we need a receipt or there is no reimbursement. The reason for that is that after this year, we will be going to a full nonprofit status in the federally recognized form, which means the IRS is going to want to see every single receipt of every single expenditure we do, and we're going to have to track it like a hawk tracks a rat in the field. So, to sum up, directors are going to have more budgetary authority than last year, and they just need receipts for everything as we move into becoming the next stage of a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Does anyone
Anyone
have
have
any questions
for me on that?
I do have a question because I'm planning to. Because
Okay.
it's Peggy from Foles Room. Because I am doing prizes and I try and get the prizes as a, you know, I got a whole bunch of cards that were on sale for half off, kind of situation, and I did that out of pocket. How fast would reimbursement be? Is I guess my question.
You got receipts?
Yes.
It's PayPal for you now, and then it takes 2 or 3 days for PayPal, or we can do it faster if I need to drive to you to hand you money or something, or do a direct bank transfer to you.
Okay.
We can get it done pretty quick.
Okay.
So do you receipts?
I do have the receipts. Do we want to do something similar that was done a couple of years ago where I can have a prepaid card and I would bring you the receipts with the prepaid card already been used? We did that 2 years ago and it worked out really well, I think. But who was in charge that
So
year?
when we get closer to the convention, or if you have a very large purchase you want to make, right, you can send that to me, or send that to the chairs and they can send it to me. But the only 2 people who have cards in the company are myself and the treasurer, Tails.
Okay.
Right? Benny doesn't. And the reason is that we're trying to make sure that we properly restrict that level of convention spending, because those are the 2 people who can basically spend thousands upon thousands of dollars if we need to. Right? Most other should be done in contract form, where you sign something like, when we think about the stage setup and all the equipment we rent, right? That's contract form. Or some of the guests we get, that's contract form. And that's stuff that is paid out through a very specific channel. When we go out and purchase things like this, if you need the money in advance, we can do that. But the larger the purchase, the more we want to send it through myself and others, so we can see if we can get a better deal on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why anything over like $500 to $1,000, if you need it, great, we'll get it. But kind of check and be like, hey, do you know where we can get this cheaper? And we can use our collective hours of finding things cheaper in the world to get it to happen.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I did last. Okay. All right.
That all makes sense?
Yes. It did.
Okay, any other questions? Go ahead.
When will the directors have their budgets that we discussed at the meeting a couple weeks ago into our budget apps? Because I'm currently only showing $1 available still.
Oh, that's a good question. I think Tails took notes and has that information, so we just need to talk to her. She's been real busy with her sister's wedding and stuff. So, but yeah.
Yes,
take a
and her
note
computer just exploded.
Yep, it's exploded many times. So we fixed it and then it explodes again.
Okay, but
so.
it will occur. It will occur soonish.
But yeah, but it's good that you brought that up.
Okay.
So something we need to do. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey Kyle, it's Ethereal in HR.
So.
We didn't add the budget for staff shirts to human resources. I just wanted to make sure that gets brought up.
So shirts are going to be a funny thing, and here's why. We need to make a determination between the 2 types that we want to do. Last year, because we did convention shirts, I know it's a staff shirt thing, but last year we did convention shirts through We Love Fine, who has a license to have the MLP characters on the shirt. If we want MLP characters on the shirt, we have to use We Love Fine, which increases the cost.
We've decided
If
already
we don't
not to
want-
do that.
Yeah, I'm just talking about staff shirts at this point.
I understand. The same question needs to be asked: is if we want licensed characters on there, we have to use We Love. If we want licensed characters staff shirt,
Bunny
then we
just-
can go around.
Bunny just gave feedback that the staff shirt this year will not have any licensed characters.
Right. Yeah, but
Oh, well then that's super easy. Last year we spent, I think, about, Bunny, was it 3,800 or 5,800?
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm bad with numbers. I
Not
have it.
4,000.
I could dig for it
We got
somewhere.
like, I think it was like 3,800, like $3,500 to $4,000 because we got like 350 staff shirts, right?
Sounds good.
We got 2 shirts for them, one for volunteers and then one for, what was the other one we got?
Royal Guard
Wait, other shirts?
or other shirts.
Royal Guard didn't get shirts. So we had sponsorship shirts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So,
Sponsorship.
thanks. So, yeah, the budget is we'll get enough shirts to cover everyone who comes to the sponsorship tiers and everyone who is our staff for our convention. And then, depending upon the size, we'll boost it up. Last year, I think we did like a total of 10 to 15% more staff shirts than what we had people sign up for. But the real key important thing is to make sure that every volunteer signs up for what shirt size they need, so that we don't waste additional funds on additional staff shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of Jack about numbers on like sizes of shirts and stuff like that.
And
so
part of
that's
the
not
reason
too
for that buffer is so that if someone volunteers at con, we can say, here's a shirt.
Yes,
you
of
know?
course,
So yeah, so we'll still have a buffer, but the as long as we don't have a ridiculous excess, should be good.
Yeah. So if you could
Yep.
add that funding on the budget app, that would be awesome.
That is where I get to talk more about it. That is what we call a CapEx expenditure, or capital expenditure. So we're not tracking that in the budget software so much. That's going into something else. Does that make sense?
Because
Okay, yeah.
because it's not really like something that you need to like make a decision about other than this one big thing. So like
Okay.
the budget app is more for tracking small purchases,
Gotcha.
right,
Cool.
Kyle?
The budget app is more for tracking the purchases that we should have every single year for the convention. All of our equipment rental, all of the small things that we need to purchase, like badge holders and stuff that we don't plan to directly make money on by selling.
Okay.
Right, the stuff that we plan to directly make money on by selling will track in the budget app as well, but isn't part of the same budget. This is something I learned in the last year. You have capital expenditures for a company, and then you have operational expenditures for a company, right? All the stuff that we do all the time is an operational expense that we can't avoid, right? We can't put the show on if we don't spend these things, or the quality of show we put on will be far lesser if we don't spend for these things. Capital expenditures are things that we plan to make money on, we plan to use to improve something, but they're not necessarily needed, they're wants, right? And they come from 2 separate budgets, right? We plan to have so much money spent on capital expenditures that we use to try and sell things so that we can get more money back for the convention. But operational side, no, we can't get rid of them ever. We're not going to make money directly on them, but they're there and they're needed, right? So I've split the budget into those 2 separate categories, so when we get audited, they can actually see, oh yeah, this is how we do things, and this makes sense here, and this is what merchandise was, and this is what that was, and that way when the IRS comes in and goes, you guys have been doing this for how many years? Show me all the paperwork. I can be like, well, we started doing it better this year. But in short, things like buying shirts is going to go under the other budget because in the end, we sell them. And now we don't necessarily sell the volunteer shirts. They are all bundled together because we use that in with the other shirts that we order to make one large purchase order. And that's where they all go under the CapEx.
Okay.
Cool. Gotcha.
All right. Any other financial questions? Okay, we're good.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Peace out, y'all. Love you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And Kyle's usually pretty available too if you ever think of a question, especially directors. If you have financial questions, feel free to reach out to him on our staff server. Or if you need his phone number, let me know and I'll give it to you. It should be on the directory too. Okay. I think we are pretty much done. Does anyone have anything else I thought of or want to bring up? Yes?
Okay, I would like to bring up that I prefer staff housing because I have a very tight budget and it's getting worse because now my 5-hour guarantee is just gone.
We understand, but that is not something that we are able to do until the convention is at a very different place than where it is.
Yeah,
We
if we get
wish
more,
we could, but we can't.
Yeah, I mean, if we do an amazing job at spreading the word and getting more local people who know about it and bring their families and come every year, and we grow, then that may be something we could do in the future. But looking at our attendance numbers right now, we just don't have the finances to do that.
I mean, even Bunny has to pay for her room, and she's a chair.
Yeah.
Like one option, like, is to go into the forum, see if other people are renting rooms together. Because if you get basically like 2 nights, like, like Friday night, Saturday night, and you split from me, you can just say how I'll pull up a small section for you, so they'll let you stay for relatively cheap. So that might be your best bet, to go on the staff forum and say, hey, is there someone that can let me, pull up a floor for a few dollars or something like that? So they can do that.
Okay, so any other questions? Okay, so what I want to do now is take a break, so you guys can use the restroom, whatever you want to do, and then we're gonna get into groups. If there's anyone that you need to speak with, go ahead and seek them out, talk to them, and if you don't know who to talk to or where to go, or who your director is, well, let's maybe quickly go around and just say what our position is, so that will be helpful for people to find who they need to talk to. Is that okay with everybody, real quick? And then we'll break out.
Oh, just
okay.
around.
Okay, so you guys know me. I'm Bunny Cake, and I'm chair, and the only chair present. So if you have a chair question, come to me, and then we'll just go this way, clockwise.
I'm Matthias. I'm IT lead.
Am I going to be doing the
Okay, anyways. This is Latent Logic, Productions, and IT, and questions on either of those?
I'm David B. Pendragon. I am Director of Productions and officially Marina's biggest fan, but that's not relevant. That's not relevant to this conversation. We do I'm Leighton's boss. We do the main stage, the side panels, all that. So if you have anything that you need there, feel free to contact me. My second, Callum, is really good. He's out of the country. He lives in Australia, but he's also pretty responsive if you have any questions for him. So.
My name is Cole, or Simmel, and I'm the programming lead under events. So if you have any questions related to scheduling, how the schedule is going to be put together, panels, all that kind of stuff, I am your man.
Okay.
I'm Eric, or Ethereal Vision, Human Resources Director. If you have any staffing questions, you can come to me.
Brian, you can introduce yourself. You just say you're not on staff yet.
That's fine.
Starshot, he is my friend.
I'm Starshot. I've been formerly was the autograph for Northwest for 4 years. Potentially, maybe this year.
Okay.
White Beatty Ballroom since last year. I think I'm doing it again this year or something. Maybe I might do art for this con one day. Who knows?
Okay, Peggy.
I'm Peggy Oakes. I am the full lead this year.
I'm just here.
I'm Prince Astro, Lunagard.
Okay.
Name's Eric, where I go by Lyndon, and I'm the Lunar Guard lead.
Okay.
Curtis, events director, also says I need to leave today at 4:30, so anybody needs to talk to me, let's get that done right after this.
Okay.
Jeff, CCG lead. You probably don't need to talk to me.
My name is Colette Clark, and I am now fully working for vendor hall staff. So I will be a vendor hall member, which means I am going to have a lot more people. So if anyone wants to have any questions, just email me.
Okay. Yeah, Andrew.
Andrew, I'm on guest relations, not just a staffer.
I thought you were.
To answer your questions.
I thought you were a lead. Aren't you a lead?
I keep on jumping back and forth between them.
Oh,
but
okay.
I can answer the questions for them.
Okay.
It's a neutral strap.
Okay, so we'll go behind you. Hi, back there. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Chris. I'm just guard staff.
Your what staff?
Guard staff.
Guard staff. Okay, welcome. And then.
I'm Ruth Ellis. I'm with the productions team right now.
Okay, great. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Nom de Plume, and I'm a writing lead.
Oh, Nom. Okay, I've never met you in person.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hello. And behind you, hi. What's your name?
Travis.
Guard.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm just a staff member. I signed up for 3 spots. It didn't. I don't think it was actually told
Which you were accepted as?
Yeah.
Talk to
Okay.
Eric.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Talk to Eric. We'll figure out where you need to be. Okay, behind you. Hi. Sorry, you guys are in layers, so it's hard to know. Do I go next or back? You know. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah. You're always welcome to come and find out what you want to do or listen. Yeah. Oh, okay. Welcome. Yeah, great. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Go ahead.
Are you looking at me?
You,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
in the green
Hi,
shirt.
I'm Scott. I'm kind of on a secret thing right now.
Secret things.
Secret project.
I know what it is.
Can I get in on that?
Okay.
Hi. I'm playing Princess Luna this year. I think I'm going by Eris now, online or whatever. Hi guys. Hi.
I'm Shannon. I'm the info desk lead again this year.
Yay! Okay, and then let's go back over here real quick.
Steve Boyd, and I'm going to be in the Foles room. Yay!
Yay! Okay, welcome. All right, excellent.
And I'm just here with her.
Well, thanks for coming. All right, so if you heard someone that you need to talk to, go talk to them right now, and or break. And
there are
one more thing. Sorry. If you are interested in and don't need to go somewhere, I would like to do a game. It's like an icebreaker game. It's opt-in. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But go ahead and break out, chat. But if you're interested in playing a game with us, a fun game, then hang around. If you can't, that's fine. Oh, parking passes. I don't have those. Normally Jeremy does that, and he's not here. So I will get them. If you need a parking pass and you parked in the parking lot, don't leave yet. I will go down there and get them right now. Okay?
Thank you.